Hey there, food family. It's your Oklahoma food dude. Well, it is still very cold and snowy in Westport, Oklahoma. And this weekend has been all about comfort food. And I got to thinking about my mom in her little kitchen in Altus, Oklahoma. And one of the things she would cook for us whenever it was cold and maybe snowy was chicken and dumplings. So tonight, in her honor and for comfort food, I'm going to cook chicken and dumplings with an OFD twist. And as always, because Miss Food Dude is a vegetarian, I'm going to have a vegetarian option also. So get your pots and pans together, get ready to cook, because we're going to cook OFD chicken and dumplings. Okay, Food Dude family, chicken and dumplings are really easy. Here at this side, we have vegetarian. I'm gonna bring this down, and I've used vegetable broth, and I've also used a vegan chicken-based powder that is truly vegetarian. So it gets that chicken flavor into it. And then on this side, we've got our traditional chicken. You see the chicken, it's been shredded. We baked it earlier, we've got it shredded, and it's cooking away. We're getting ready to prepare the dumplings. Now, in the vegetarian version, we're gonna use the old-fashioned Oklahoma way where people cut up canned biscuits and use that as the dumplings. In the chicken version, we're actually gonna hand make flat noodled dumplings that we're gonna put here. Okay, food family, we've got our dough rolled out for our flat dumplings. And I make this very much like I do biscuit dough. It's got a little bit more butter in it than most traditional doughs because I like that butter and I want it to puff up just a little bit. So it is rolled out about 1/4 inch thick. And we're gonna roll that out. We're gonna use a pizza cutter and pull that off. We're gonna go in here and cut about 3/4 inch noodles. This is probably the time that I need to sing my little ditty. Chicken and dumplings, chicken and dumplings. Yeah, Mrs. Food Dude said she'd kill me, but you know me, always jump in. So let's go back this way and cut them out. I'd say about inch and 1/4 long. Maybe a little smaller. You know, these don't have to be professional. We're doing things that are homemade. Let's keep them looking homemade. Let's just go for taste. Plenty of noodles. We're gonna pick those up, toss them in the flour, coat them with flour, because when we put them in the hot chicken broth, we want them to start cooking. And a little bit of flour on the outside of it is going to thicken the chicken and dumplings. So a little extra flour on there just acts as a thickener for the chicken and dumplings. Okay, food family, for all the vegetarians out there, I want you to be sure that you do one thing before you use the biscuits that you're going to use. Be sure to go to the ingredients panel and look and make sure there are no animal products in it, lard, anything like that that would cause it to be non-vegetarian. So always check that panel. So what we're going to do is just open up the biscuits. These are buttermilk biscuits. They just happen to be the biscuits that we've used in the past. I sort of stay away from the flaky biscuits. They have a tendency to come apart when you're using them. I'm going to start out by dipping these in flour to get some flour on them. And it depends on how many dumplings you like. Mrs. Foodoo likes a lot of dumplings. You know, this dish is pretty good for one reuse. After that, the dumplings have a tendency to get gummy, and you probably don't want to use them after that. So here we go. We're going to dip our knife into this, and we're just going to cut it into strips also. And fairly small ones have a tendency to work a little better than the bigger dumplings. So about 1/4 long by the thickness of the biscuit wide. Break those up into the flour. Don't need to be any specific size, whatever works for you. If you're doing a larger pot, you probably could have bigger dumplings in them. You can also take something like Bisquick and mix up biscuit dough and do what are called drop dumplings. That's a very old-fashioned way to do it also. And again, we want all that extra flour on the outside so that when we go to put them in, they will thicken, help thicken the broth, and make that true chicken noodle, or chicken and dumplings, sorry. Chicken and dumplings, chicken and dumplings. Okay, so we've got the two pots, vegetarian and chicken, and we've added to the pots sauteed onions, a little bit of salt and pepper, and a little thyme. We've also included peas, carrots, and corn. Now, those are the vegetables we like. You can use whatever vegetables that you want to in them, but those are pretty traditional in what we're used to. Now, we're going to add the meat, the chicken substitute, to the chicken. As you can see, it's pretty darn realistic in what it does. It shreds like chicken, looks like chicken, and by the time it's in this broth, it will taste like chicken. So we're just going to stir that around. I don't put that in until the last minute because it has a tendency to break down quicker than the rest. Now to this pot, we're going to do the biscuits that we cut up earlier. If you get extra flour in there, that's a good thing. You can always add a little thickener in the end, but we're going to put pretty much all but about 2 biscuits from that large can. Take a wooden spoon, we're going to mash those down in there, get that flour going in there and working. You can see they're going to puff up once they start cooking. We're going to put a lid on it. To the real chicken, we're going to go in and add our homemade dumplings that we've added. Same kind of thing. Nothing more than a biscuit dough that we're adding in here. Add a couple pieces of flour in with that also. That dough also had baking soda in it, so it's going to rise just like a regular biscuit. We're going to leave those with the lids on, and about midway through the cooking process, we're going to open it up, stir it again, so that the dumpling will cover all the way around until it's finished cooking. Then we'll take it off and serve it.